Greetings dear clients and subscribers, this is Ison company with you. In this video, we will review the popular budget-ready video surveillance system Ison Tor. I will also tell you about all the modifications, Ison Tor S, Ison Tor SE. I'll tell you about all types of ready-made kits from 1 to 32 cameras and about all the interesting features and characteristics of these cameras. We will discuss everything, so be sure to watch this video until the end, especially if you are looking for a budget-friendly video surveillance camera system. Also, of course, I will clearly show you how easily it connects and sets up and how to install the app on your smartphone. So, if you are getting acquainted with Ison brand equipment, you will see that these are the simplest, most basic ready-to-use video surveillance systems. At the same time, they are quite high quality. They also come with a 3-year warranty and use a full-hand sensor. Here is a distinctive feature. These surveillance cameras come with audio recording. These are HD surveillance cameras, and audio recording is done here without any additional cable. This is a new technology. It's called AOC, Audio Transmission over Coaxial Cable. Those who have already dealt with HD video surveillance and the issue of audio recording in HD video surveillance know that organizing audio recording in HD video surveillance is quite inconvenient. You have to run an additional cable or plan in advance for a 3-wire cable, plus there are always limitations on the number of microphones you can connect. And the video surveillance system, Ison Tor, Tor C, Tor S, this is exactly the solution when you need budget-friendly HD video surveillance at your site and at the same time you want audio recording. Because here audio is recorded on every camera and there are no limitations. These cameras have built-in microphones and a standard coaxial classic combined cable is all you need. Video plus power is all you need to enable audio recording. We are also often asked, if you compare the Ison Tor video surveillance system with the similar 5-megapixel Ison Greco PRO, which is quite a popular system, what are the differences between them? If you compare the budgets, you'll see that the Greco Pro is more expensive, while these models are cheaper, even though both have 5 megapixels. The main difference is in the housing. Here, the housing is plastic, while the Greco Pro systems have a metal housing. At the same time, the plastic here is quite good and it has the same operating temperature range down to -60 degrees. They also have an IP66 protection rating, meaning they are dust and moisture proof and aren't afraid of rain or snow. So choosing between a metal or plastic option is more a matter of design preference and, so to speak, personal feelings. Some people specifically want metal, while others don't care. I'll repeat, this is good quality plastic, not some makeshift material like you find in typical cheap cameras. The second point is the sensor. Here the camera uses a budget full-hand sensor. The Greco Pro uses a better Sony sensor. And the third point is the night illumination. This model has night illumination up to 20 meters. The Greco Pro has it up to 25 meters. These are the 3 main differences, so to speak, from its closest competitor. But the Greco Pro is also more expensive. So that's the main point here. The Tor models are also quite popular. And let me tell you about the different modifications. The classic modification is the Ison Tor 5-megapixel model. There are more budget-friendly models, the 4.2 megapixel Ison Tor S and Ison Tor SE. People often ask if you can really see the difference. 4.5 megapixels. The difference between 4 and 5 megapixels is about 20% in image quality and detail. By the way, let's remove the protective film here so it doesn't distract us. The difference between shooting with 2 megapixels and 5 megapixels is 2.5 times greater in terms of detail and quality. So 1 megapixel is 1 million pixels, 1 million dots on the screen. Accordingly, 5 megapixel cameras have 2.5 times more dots than 2 megapixel cameras. And they are 2.5 times better in terms of image quality. Modifications of all Ison Tor, Ison Tor S, Ison Tor SE systems are from 1 to 32 chambers. These are ready-made kits. What is a ready-made kit anyway? This is a kit that includes everything you need to get these cameras working. I'll tell you a little later what exactly it is. There are modifications from 1 to 32 cameras. That is for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 16, 20 and 32 cameras. Let's move on together. When it comes to the complete video surveillance system, we have a classic Ison Tor 5-megapixel system with 4 cameras and a hard drive. The set includes 4 cameras, each with its own mounting hardware and instructions, 4 in total. There are 18-meter cable reels, which are classic combined video and power cables from the Ison Tor brand. Here you can clearly observe the detailed cable labeling. The meticulously prepared, ready-made reels are of exceptionally high quality. You can distinctly see the combined integrated cable, specifically video plus power functionality. The set also includes a power supply unit for all the cameras. A bit later, I'll show you how to connect the cameras. They are all connected to the power supply unit through a special splitter. Additionally, there is another power supply unit included with the video recorder. It's located right here. In fact, it will always be in the box with the video recorder itself. It's important not to mix up these two power supply units. The set naturally includes the video recorder itself and a control mouse for it. Let's take a look at it. On the front panel, we can see 3 indicator lights. There's a hard drive indicator light, an internet indicator light, and a power indicator light. If everything is working properly, these lights will be on or blinking. There is also a USB port here for connecting a mouse or a flash drive to transfer information. On the back side, we can see 4 BNC connectors. This is where the cameras themselves are connected. Here we see a connector for an analog microphone and a connector for speakers. This is so you can listen to audio from the microphones. The microphone connector is an additional option. In this model, it is not used because each camera already has its own built-in microphone. Here is the power connector. This is where the power for the DVR itself is connected. An additional USB port for connecting a mouse or a flash drive. Network port. This is where the internet is connected. Accordingly, if you want the option of remote viewing from your phone, this feature is available here. It is completely free. Here we also see VGA and HDMI ports for connecting a monitor. I always recommend using the HDMI port. That way, if we're talking about the 5 megapixel version, you'll be able to view your video in maximum 2K resolution. Now let's talk about the hard drive. A hard drive is a device that is installed inside the video recorder, and it is where the recording takes place. All Ison TOR system configurations are available both with and without a hard drive. Accordingly, configurations with a hard drive will allow recording, while those without a hard drive will only support online viewing with no recording. We are often asked whether it is possible to use a regular computer hard drive. For video surveillance, only specialized hard drives designed for surveillance systems can be used. If you use any other type, your equipment will automatically lose its warranty. If you have a hard drive left over from your old surveillance system, you can install it here. However, please note that before installation, the hard drive must be formatted, otherwise recording will not start. If you purchase a kit with a hard drive, the hard drive will be installed inside and already formatted. It's ready to use and you don't need to do anything extra. Overall, it's worth mentioning that the system is designed for installation by ordinary users. Even if you had no idea what a video surveillance system was yesterday, you'll have no trouble installing it yourself. You don't need to configure IP addresses or make any deep settings here. Everything here is designed for installation by regular users. Now, regarding hard drives, we are often asked, will it last long? A standard 1 terabyte hard drive is enough. Look, here we have an Ison TOR system with 5 megapixel resolution for 4 cameras. The standard package here includes a 1 terabyte hard drive. With this hard drive, you'll get about a week of recording in continuous mode and 2 to 3 weeks if using motion detection. Each camera here has a built-in motion sensor, it's intelligent, and its sensitivity can be adjusted. You can set the motion detection area. This is convenient in cases where, for example, a dog enters the frame. The system can send notifications to your smartphone. Ison TOR video surveillance systems come with the latest technologies. This is DWDR technology. It's a technology that solves the problem of poor or improper lighting. This technology is essential in video surveillance systems because no matter where you place your surveillance camera, several times a day you'll encounter situations where sunlight will hit the camera lens or, on the contrary, a shadow will fall. And at such times, surveillance cameras without DWDR technology will be useless. That is, people in the frame will appear dark, car license plates will be dark, and you won't be able to see them. Here, a special DWDR technology is used, which solves this problem. And this is real DWDR technology, not a copy, replica, or fake from AliExpress, of which unfortunately there are many nowadays. Overall, it should be said that Ison brand equipment is of premium quality. It also features DNR technology, which is a technology that reduces noise, meaning graininess, during nighttime recording. Here, the video surveillance system supports working with 3G-4G internet. That is, if your site does not have standard wired internet, but instead uses internet provided via a SIM card. You need a special video surveillance system that supports working with dynamic IP addresses, which are typical for 3G and 4G internet. And this is exactly the kind of video surveillance system you need. You will need a USB, a SIM card modem. You will need a special router to connect the video surveillance system via USB modems. This way you will be able to set up this USB option. Modems with SIM cards can be purchased at mobile phone stores. We have the router available on our website in the other section. We are often asked, what happens if you connect the video surveillance system to a non-specialized router when your internet is provided via a SIM card? In that case, it's a 50-50 situation. If it's not a router specialized for video surveillance, sometimes the system works fine with such routers and sometimes it works with conflicts. For example, the app doesn't load, or it only loads after 10 tries, or it keeps crashing. In other words, it's a typical set of conflicts for recorders with non-specialized routers. I always recommend this. If you already have your own router, you can connect it, try it out, and test whether it will work or not. If you don't have any router at all and you need to buy a new one anyway, then it's better to get one right away. A router specialized for video surveillance? They have special firmware, and in 100% of cases there are never any problems. People also often ask what other accessories are purchased with the Ison Torque system and which ones are necessary to buy. The first thing is a mounting base for the cameras, to seal them properly. This connector here, this joint, is for outdoor installation. The recommended models are Ison D290, SND 290, and these are plastic ones, YA SNG 390, SNG 390, and these are metal bases, which of course are more reliable and durable. It is also recommended to immediately connect the video surveillance system to an uninterruptible power supply with a voltage surge protection option. A voltage surge can be caused by any nearby strong thunderstorm. It's important to understand that video surveillance is always low voltage equipment, specifically HD systems always use 12 volts, and low voltage equipment burns out during thunderstorms and voltage surges much faster and more easily than regular household appliances, like TVs, refrigerators, and so on. That's why it's recommended to install specialized UPS units right away. People also often ask whether it's possible to connect to a regular computer UPS or to a stabilizer that's installed for the house, or to a UPS for a boiler, or stabilizers for boilers. It is always recommended to use UPS units that are specifically designed for video surveillance systems. That way you won't have any problems with the warranty or with your equipment in general, because there are a huge number of different types of UPS units for boilers. Each one is specialized for something, some for household appliances, some for computer equipment, so it's recommended to use exactly what is specialized for video surveillance. On our website, in the other section, you can find UPS units. There are cheaper options and more expensive ones. You choose directly based on your video surveillance system, and all of them come with rechargeable batteries. This means the system will keep working if the power goes out, and accordingly there are more affordable options as well. They will keep the system running for a shorter period of time. Without electricity. With the more expensive options, accordingly, the system will run for a longer period of time. Now I'll show you clearly how to connect the Ison Torque video surveillance system. First, we take one of the cables and connect it to the camera, the power connector. We plug the female connector into the male connector, and also connect the BNC connector and twist it until it clicks. On the other end, we connect this same cable on one side to our video recorder into the corresponding BNC connector, and the power connector we connect to the splitter. This splitter will supply power from a single power supply unit to all 4 cameras at once. The power supply unit is also included in the kit. We plug the power supply unit into a 220 volt outlet using the plug accordingly. We also connect a control mouse to the video recorder, and we connect it to our monitor via an HDMI cable. We will be using the Ison 32EF HDMI monitor. The cable comes included with the monitor itself. We will also connect the video recorder to the internet right away. This is an optional feature. Without the internet, our entire video surveillance system can still operate. But if we want to have the option of a remote viewing from a phone, tablet, or computer, the recorder needs to be connected to the internet. For this, we use a regular patch cord and will connect it to the router. The patch cord itself always comes included with the router. So if you purchase the Ison Torque system together with a router, you will have your own patch cord included in the router's box. And to connect, it's enough to plug the patch cord into the network port RJ45 on one side, and on the other side plug it into the corresponding port on our router.
Now let's take a look at the DVR control menu. Here we need to select the language. Here the system prompts us to enter the password. The default password on all the DVRs is Ison12345. Click Login here, and we need to check the time. Check the time zone to match the current time zone. Click Next. This is the network settings of the DVR. This is necessary if you immediately connect the recorder to your network. Here are the network settings for all cameras. Click Next. All hard disks will be displayed here. Hard disks should be used with SATA 2, SATA 3 connectors for video surveillance systems. Click Next. Here the system prompts us to change the password and ask control questions. We will not do it now. Click Exit. All our cameras are displayed here. You can move the mouse, and here we have hints and quick menu items. For example, PDZ is for rotating cameras. Zoom button, that is zooming in on the footage. Here you can enable audio if it supports your surveillance cameras, which you connect such. 2 times click the mouse to expand the window to full screen. Also click twice to go back. Right-click to open the menu. Here, for example, you can customize the display of the number of cameras you want. Let's click to exit full screen mode in order to see the main menu. There are a lot of different functions and settings here. I will show you the main ones that you will probably use. On the top, we have the main buttons. Here we have Now Open View Mode. On the left, CCTV cameras. Here respectively display. Also customize as you need. Here is the button Archive here. Select the desired camera on the left. Select the date on the calendar. Below displays the selected day from 0 to 24 hours. Here you can display only motion recording. You can speed up the video. Then in the search section, you can save the information to a USB flash card before you need to insert it into any USB port of the recorder. Also select the surveillance camera. Select the date. Click on the button to save the video to a USB flash drive. Here are all the same settings that we have already seen. There are also additional settings, such as user settings. Here you can create several users so that then you can keep track of who went into the menu recorder and what did with the system. Here is a system of alerts about different events. Also all standard can be configured. Here network settings. On the P2P tab, you can configure the option to view the image from a smartphone. There is also an email tab here. In this item, you can configure email notifications that triggered the motion sensor. Here are the camera settings that we have already seen, and also OST menu settings. For example, you can specify the names for each camera. Here are the recording settings for each camera. In this item, you can choose how to record your CCTV cameras constantly, by motion sensor or by schedule. We recommend that all our customers immediately put all CCTV cameras in motion sensor recording mode. Here is the DVR maintenance button. You can use it to get basic information and also to update the device. In the upper right corner, there is also a button to turn off and restart the DVR.
Now I will show you how to install and set up the application on your smartphone for remote viewing. The instructions are absolutely the same for all Apple devices, meaning on iPhone 10, 15, 16, it's all exactly the same, as well as for all Google devices and all Android devices. It's all absolutely the same. Download the app through the App Store or Google Market called BitVision. You enter the BitVision app, click on the 3 lines in the top left. Here, click on Login. Now, click on First, Login. And here you click on the registration button. Complete the registration. It's a fairly simple registration. You need to provide your email, password, nothing to worry about. I am already registered. After you have registered, click on the Login button. Click on the 3 lines again. Go to the Device Manager. And here in the bottom right, you click on the plus sign. 3 options are offered for how to add your video recorder. The simplest option is to click the bottom item, LAN Search. This means that a network search will be performed automatically. Here, my video recorder is displayed immediately. I click on it. Here we need to enter the device name. You can specify something arbitrary, for example, home. The username is always admin, in lowercase. And the password. Here, enter the one you specified during initial registration, that is, the password. From your video recorder, I see the camera display. And let's go through the main settings. I can double-click on the camera to display 4 cameras at once. Similarly, setup. All the cameras connected to your video recorder. I can rotate the phone 90 degrees to display the camera in full screen. I can pinch to zoom in on the image for software zoom, rotating the phone back. There are also quick buttons below the screen. The first is to take a screenshot. The second is to record video online right now. Next,
This button allows you to listen to the audio from the surveillance camera. The following button displays a certain number of cameras you want to show at once. I will leave it at 1 for now. The BD button is for switching modes. Right now we clicked on HD and can see how the quality has changed, meaning we are viewing in maximum quality and can see how clear the image has become. By default, BD is set for traffic saving, so you see the situation and understand what is happening. If you want to view this moment in maximum detail, you click on HD. Below, there are also playback, close, and share buttons. I will show you the main feature that you will use, which is viewing. Click on the 3 lines in the top left, and here select playback. Here, you also select the camera that will be connected, and at the bottom, a bar will appear, and you simply swipe with your finger to choose the event you want to view. For example, you see that yesterday at there was some movement at 1 o'clock in the morning, and you just swipe your finger here, and automatic playback starts. That is, in this way you can not only view the image online from your phone, but also see what happened. You can quickly send this information to your phone to take it to law enforcement or do something else with this information.